Hi, this is Chris Grandy here in Tokyo, Japan for Hotline Music. Today we're going to be looking at this. This is the Behringer OD300 overdrive distortion. Two pedals in one. Standard, first three knobs are fairly standard, what you'll find on any overdrive or distortion pedal. But this one, we can go from kind of an overdrive sound to a distortion sound. You can't switch between those. There's no way to switch between them. You have to dial the knob. But there's plenty of choices in between the overdrive, which is down here, to the distortion, which is over this side. So we have, of course, we have level. We have the tone, which I'll mention a little bit later on, and the gain, of course, and then the mode knob. So let's hear some sounds. So we're just going to run through some sounds on the OD300. At the moment, we're in overdrive mode, and we're at the minimum. EQ is at about 12 o'clock, and this is the basic sound. That's on the neck pickup, bridge pickup. If I just tweak that the drive mode to about 12 o'clock, we're going to get a different flavor. Back up to the neck pickup. So that's very usable, kind of a 70s rock and roll kind of sound, basic rock and roll. Now we're going to crank the drive up to max. We're still in overdrive mode. So to me, that would be a very good rhythm sound, undoubtedly, no problems there. What we're going to do now is take the drive back down to minimum and flick over to the distortion side. I found when you go through the from the distortion mode through to the from the overdrive mode, through to the distortion mode, when you hit past around about 10 o'clock to about 3 o'clock or so on the distortion side, not much change. So with this guitar, it's a little bit thin, so I'm just going to knock back the EQ a little bit. It's back to about 11 o'clock now. Okay, so we're probably going to be heading more into lead tones now, so I'll get the and play some of that. We're now on the drive, we're at 12 o'clock. on its own. It probably doesn't sound quite as thick. I'm going to play something a little bit later with a track, probably around about that setting, because that's kind of the sweet spot for me, which I prefer. But this is with the gain on max. Okay, so. So it will cover a lot of territory. So let's hear a song. So the sounds you heard today were coming from this. This is the Behringer OD300 overdrive distortion pedal. Another pedal from Behringer. Again, I always say it, these things come in at such a great price, they're hard to ignore. I was happy I could get a decent sound out of it, a sound that I was happy with. Just playing through an amp simulator, very clean simulator, just a tiny bit of reverb and a little bit of delay in that last song that you just heard. But check it out, very good value for money. If you're just getting into pedals, I said it before, this is a really good place to start. So check it out, the Overdrive Distortion OD300 by Behringer. This has been Chris Grandy for Hotline Music here in Tokyo, Japan. Please check out a live show. There's information on me down below in the description. Also places on how to and where to buy a Behringer OD300, both online and retail. See you next time. Mata yoroshiku onegai shimasu.